Hey everybody, and welcome back to Satisfactory as we look onto our Ficmas tree and hopefully today finally put the last star on top of it. Hey everyone, Happy New Year. How are you all doing today? I hope your year's off to a reasonable start. Pardon me. And we can hope for goodness, but or greatness, but at least as long as we get goodness, I think the year can proceed. So hey, hi, welcome back to the factory floor as we hang above our Christmas village waiting to get the last little bits done. I've done a little bit of work around the place that we can look over, so hopefully you guys caught the factory tour earlier this week on New Year's, where I kind of did a quick recap of what's been happening around the factory and where everything is. I did ignore here because, yes, I have been working. It doesn't look like I've done much on the buildings, but I have been working along the perimeter, and I've gotten the gaps filled. I've left this one blank just so I can show you how I did it, because it was a pain in the neck. But we have finally closed off all the walls. You also will note that there are multiple levels of track. Yes, that's right. It is a spiral track that is running around that has taken me forever to go. 3 trains run on this somewhere in here. Really, yep, there comes the next train, and then there should be another train, and there they are. Yes, so it's yeah, these guys just happily run along. They're all carrying some Christmas goodies for the kids, but yeah. And really would be nice if I could take these stations out and just have these guys just go round and round and round on automatic pilot, but they need stations, so I ain't doing that. All right, so just so you guys can, I left this gap blank here. Actually, I deleted this gap here so I could show you guys how I went around and filled in that. It all starts with the good old beam block here. So if you come along in the center here, put yourself a beam block in like this. Make sure you're in freeform mode. You can then get that beam to perfectly angularly jump across that gap, at which point you can take one of these guys here. If you snap it into place, you can see that it's trying to snap into place here. It needs a little bit of a nudge, so we come over by 1 and a little bit. Let's make sure we're using the right control key. So if you give that a little nudge into the center, we can center that up, and then we just give it some nudges to the forward, and there we go. We now can fill in said gap, and that can go all the way to get that in. From there, we can just take now a wall and run it down to the bottom, and there we go. We've enclosed the cake, the whatever this is. It's starting to look like a little bit like a cake, isn't it? All right, so the tracks here. Let's take a quick run on the tracks. Let's see if I can't catch the train. Come here. Come back here. Come here. Nope, gonna miss that train. Okay, well, we'll just run along the track here. So the train comes from the track here. Ooh, why are you getting hung up over there? If I got a block signal that I didn't mean to have still in here, I do. Let's get that block signal out of here. I'm trying to minimize the amount of block signals he had, but it gave me a chance to catch up with this guy here. So yes, we come out of the stations, we duck down into the lower level here, and we start moving around. So we do a nice little, and hopefully things stay timed up. So, you know, you always get kind of trains going. You can see we got that lower train running through. But yeah, we're going to run around the outside perimeter here. Now we do have a little bit of a block signal that is going to check our rate. So every kind of lap around, there's a signaling set up. So when this guy's going to his stations there, the other 2 guys will kind of wait for him, and I'll show you where the third one is. So you can see there's number 2 up at the stations. We're running in number 1 here. So once number 2 gets clear of that section, so if you watch his block signal up there, yeah, hurry up, get it done. I need one more signal. Okay, so that one signal that way just deleted, we actually need. So let me just hop out of here. And let's just replace this guy. Should have known that it was there on purpose and not accidentally. So I'm just going to throw another block signal in there. That's going to give him permission to move once he gets clear of this section here. Again, if you watch his signal, as long as I put that signal far enough down, Of course I didn't. Way to start off the new year by screwing up the train system that took me literally forever to get to work. Okay, now you're gonna move. All right, there we go. Now my train is... No, come back, you son of a bitch. I lost my train. Okay, so anyway, our train will go along here. So yeah, we start on the outside track. We transition down to the lower track here in the confusion of the signals. I swear this game trolls me. All right, we can hop back into this guy here. So that's the one that was just up at the station. So we can see there's the next one coming into the station here. They are reasonably timed up as much as I can, but you know, again, we have to deal with the two stations there. I just can't get around that, but these guys are heading off. Now we should get our signal to clear. We go bong, please go bong. Why? There we go. Now my signal's cleared. This one should clear in a moment. There it is. And we now transition to the lower track. We head around the track. Underneath the travel tube we used to get out of here. And we take this little entrance in. This takes us kind of into the guts of the system. We are traveling now under the stations. So the stations are kind of right above us here. We're going to hang out here for a little bit, because we need the upper stations to clear up. Let's see if we can't go into photo mode. I am in photo mode. Let's go into the zoom. No, it's not going to let me do anything. Ugh. I swear, photo mode, you're killing me here. All right. And then we can come up here. Then we do the inside track. So this is the original track here. And then finally back into the station. And that's our train loops. All right, other things that I have started doing is I've started doing some decorating. I'm trying to get these snow machines going. You can see I put a little Christmas tree yard over here. Trying to just fill in some of the gaps and stuff like that and get some decorative bits and pieces. For example, here we can grab our snowmen. So we'll go into our Ficmas stuff here. And let's grab our Fixmas snowman. So let's put this on. Nope, that's not the right button. Let's try that again. I gotta do the transition. No, don't add to the to-do. Fine. You know what? Just fine. It's gonna be on the to-do list. We can start populating some snowmen around the place, like that fella there. Get some off my list. Let's see, we got candy canes, candy cream. So we can start putting some candy canes in. Face this guy that way. And of course, you know, put the rest of the roofs onto the buildings. So we got 1, 2, 3. If I grab one of these guys, we can actually I'll come out by one here, go to there, and likewise here. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, actually, that'll work. We want some nice flat roofs here. Yeah, the reason I haven't done this building yet is because I just didn't know what I was going to do with this building. Yeah, I made a very awkward building over here. Okay, there we go. All right, let's fill the gap in here. Sure the roofs are all rotated the right way. Okay, now to head to the back here. Do need to get a straight line, so what I'll do is I'll just cheat it. Because why wouldn't I? And we can just run this guy to the aw. That's disappointing there. Okay, well. If at first you don't succeed, do it a different way. Yeah, if you don't first you don't succeed, try again is Einstein's theory of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, hoping for a different result each time. I don't know if it's actually Einstein who quoted that or coined that phrase, but it is absolutely apropos. If things don't work, look at why they don't work and do it differently. Not just do the same thing over and over, like getting these roof pieces in. So this is going to be a bit of a puzzle piece here. It's going to be a bit of a mess, but what the hell? As long as it gets the job done, and quite frankly, there's no one else here to stop me. Because I am so far all alone this morning. So I hope you peeps had a good Christmas holiday. I hope you had a good New Year holiday, or for however you celebrate the season. We all have our own traditions. We all have our own customs and cultures that we come from. So I hope it all went the way you did. I myself had a pretty good one. Yeah, it was a pretty good one. Had family with me, my kids. All was good with the world. And we're ready to tackle a new year. This is going to look like crap, but as long as it doesn't look like crap enough that I can not notice, you know, not exactly like I'm going to be hanging out here on a regular basis, but you know, still want to get it as close as to looking decent as possible. So again, we'll come in with a flat roof, and we're just trying to fill in some gaps here with the minimal amount of ugliness, like maybe like so, and then we can do our walls. All right, like that. We can finally say we've taken care of this building here. Make sure we fill in all of our little gaps and wall bits. Yeah, I guess we'll just come straight above these walls here. Yeah, I shouldn't have, definitely should not have done the curved wall thing here, but it is what it is, and we just do what we gotta do. All right, let's bring this down by one. So this is a blueprint of a ready-to-go sign. I want to actually get it lined up differently here. Let's see, we'll push it up against that wall there, then we'll zoop it around, drop her down below. There we go. So we can pop in some lights here. We'll use our blueprint snap. Put another one in. Let's see, we go to about there. Use our blueprint snapping again. And pop in a third one. All right. So that's got that building all closed up and finished. For the most part, I am liking the architecture around here. It's a nice little bit of variety for all the little houses. You know, the concrete walls maybe could use, we'll use some difference on that, but for now, I just want to finish getting these buildings finished. I'm going to pop that out of there temporarily, because what I need is I need to properly line up a wall here, and then we can lower it down and cut across like so, because that way when I grab these roof pieces, they have something to actually grab onto. Likewise over here, we can grab ourselves a roof piece, and I'm just gonna step away from the microphone for a quick sec. Alright, sorry about that, just making sure my audio is working and actually coming out, and you guys are hearing my melodious tones. And kind of just getting a sense of what the delay actually is today. That's the joys of YouTube streaming, is at some point you guys will hear me. You know, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Who the hell knows? Not even the YouTube knows. All right, let's finish getting our roof pieces in here. I could probably use the roof here as my snap point, so we'll just push you into the beam or the pillar like so. Here we go, and then we can grab our peaked roofs. Like that, and yeah, I'm not gonna go down the other edge. All right, so that's got that. We need a front wall here. Let's grab our wall pieces. Figure out where we want you. You need to be somewhere in the center there. That beam is not centered, so we're going to try to conceal that. Or, actually, no, we're not going to conceal it. We're going to own it. So we'll put our door there. We'll come in with another beam right beside it. Go back to default mode here. And then we can fill that guy in. And then we can just grab some windows. And go like that. And drop these two guys down. And then grab just a basic wall. And fill across. Alright, so that takes care of that wall. We have just this wall left. And we've got an example right behind us there on the other side there. So we'll just use the same thing. And again, we just drop in that so. And fill in the rest. Get our windows. I think I need to bring the whole works of you back by one. So let's try that again. So we're gonna go boop and then boop you over. There we go. That's better. Yep, only put in one door. And up we go. And then I could probably hide that in there. Yep, that's exactly what we're gonna do. And come down and fill in our glass. Okay. All right. I think, speaking of this building here, are you the one making my big old stars? Nope, you're making those. Who's making the gold star? Who is making the gold star? Well, it ain't you. You're making other things. You're making my snow. Is it this little fellow over here? Probably. Yep, it's one of the newer ones, and gold stars, excellent. Hopefully, like I said, I've been running around for a few hours. Especially with the nuclear plant, which, yes, so if you recall last week, my nuclear power was being a little bit iffy. I need 10 of these, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And yay, I have enough. 1, 2, 3. I need to get rid of something here. You know what? Let's eat a bacon. Let's just eat a bacon. I'll put the bacon here. That way I can actually grab my 50 stars. So that's 5. That's a whole bunch. Hopefully that's enough. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 500. That, oh, no, it's telling me I only got 450. But we need that one as well. All right, that's got me my 500 stars. We can now go to our MAM. 3 days late to the Ficmas season, or a week and 3 days, so 10 days late, but you know what? It is what it is. We can get it reached. We can get it done and start the research. And our tree should be finished. Which I have to look at the results. Continue.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Oh look, it's so shiny. You are such a wonderful person. I am sure every other human would agree. Let's call them right now. Oh no, they're not picking up. I am sure it's nothing, except... Oh, look. Earth is gone. Everyone's gone. Does that make you feel good? Fortunately for you, this was only a simulation of the possible consequences of neglecting your duties. Happy holidays.
Why is she giving me attitude when it's these guys who gave me the technology to do this? Like, you really can't win with these people, can you? All right, let's do just a bit more scattering of stuff here. I think I got one more wall I'm gonna need to put in at the other building there. Let's put you right there. Yeah, this guy here needs a back wall. I mean, he doesn't need a back wall, technically. But it would be nice for him to have one, and then I can go figure out why my wreaths are so slow. And rebalance the system. So anyway, yes, I was saying... yeah, so as we recall, last week we ended the kind of episode here with the nuclear power plant having some issues that I was going to put in another... Basically, it wasn't keeping up with the nuclear waste anymore. So I was going to put in some corrective measures, which was basically just overdriving what the existing system is there. I went to put in some more of the plutonium sinks, but they... Yeah, it was a lot of effort. Let's just get right down to the honesty here. It wasn't behaving itself. I mean, yes, I could have put in there, but it turns out I didn't actually need to put the full... how am I going to do this? How did I do it up front? How did I do you? Okay. That's how I did you. Good morning, Lee. How are you today? Alright, that's how I did this, so... yeah, I could get away with just adding a few and overclocking a few of the machines there, and it seems to be holding steady. It is going to need a little bit more kind of TLC, so to speak. But for now, the power should be more or less stabilized. I actually haven't looked at it in a bit. In a hot minute. Let me have a quick look here. Yeah, it's mostly stabilized. But, you know, wanted to get this thing done here. I've kind of just got it patched up enough that the machines are running, that for the most part, all of the reactors are reacting in the correct or prescribed manner until I can get over there and do some more improvements. All right, let's get this back. I'm also going to need to, I think at this point, let's reset my keyboard bindings here. So doing a crap ton of nudging, I shifted my control key, which is this here, snap to guidelines, from the left control to the right control. Yep, there we go. And actually, I could just reset to defaults. Oh, cool. Awesome. Makes me feel less proud of my speed mod that I made this weekend. I treaded the ground that other people have tread with the 300 meters per second speed. And I made my own. And yours sounds much more impressive than mine. All right, can I get you to properly snap into place here? Yeah, there we go. I said to get the right location for the right orientation. So I can move you guys around. There we go. And then we can pop the... There are some weird angles going on here. That ain't good. Your mod? Sure. I'll test it for you. All right, how am I going to get you guys to be properly lined up? What I need to do... You can see there's a bit of an angle there because as soon as it hits the... Okay, what I need to do is I need to get rid of this curved piece. That curved piece. All of these pieces. All of those pieces. So I can get nice and straight to the wall here. Yeah, please do. There we go. And there we go. Now I can get my colors in the right place. Like that. Like that. And meet above the door. Meet above the door. There we go. That's better. Okay, so that one's done. Let's take a quick trip around the buildings. Make sure everyone else is buttoned up and look, I even put a little slow machine in this chimney. Yeah, so there we go. Technically, it's done. It's all finished. Kind of anticlimactic. Woohoo! Ficmas is over. Something bad going on over here. It looks like, is it? Maybe it's just the material here. Let me change that up from the concrete wall to the FICSIT wall, and then paint it green. So that would be green. There it goes. Blends in a little nicer. Same thing. I think, no, I was going to leave these ones intentionally concrete. Yeah, that's all right. All right, so we have one, you know, reasonably looking building. Okay. Again, as long as the machines are running, I want them to run more or less as efficient as possible, or at least to make sure that everyone's making things like Christmas bows are getting stored. It was my wreaths that seemed to be struggling, so that's the candy cane building. Yep, you're all windowed up. Where were those wreaths being made? These are the tree branches, so I got plenty of tree branches. What are you doing in here? You're blue, you should be red. Yep, you guys are doing your thing. There's the wreaths. So it is the Christmas bundles. The bundles. The magic word is, secret word is bundles. That's you guys. Iron Fixmas. Okay, so it's the iron ornaments. As we track down to the problem child. That's a power pole. You're making snow. You're making snow and you're all full up. Okay, so my iron ornaments are over here. Yeah. So that's the copper ornaments. Iron ornaments. Are you just literally not keeping up? Yeah, just not making enough of them. Okay, so, whoops. Let's do this. Control C. Control V. Control V. And paste those in. That'll bring all of those in. So that increases it by 2 machines. Maybe I'm going to go a little bit more. Not that I need to collect the gold stars for anything anymore, but you know, as long as these machines are running, I want them to run. I want them to do what they are supposed to be doing, which is supplying production lines. And that's what power crystals are for, is for fine-tuning those production lines. Yeah, so you're only running at 70%. I want you guys to kick up. Yeah, you're looking for 10 per minute. So yeah, I was just not quite making enough. Because I, in fact, need 20 per minute. Yeah, I think we should be getting enough and building up a stockpile again. Especially if I go over here. Yep, so you're doing 10. So yeah, you two basically can be responsible for feeding the multicolor, the bundle. All right. That's got that. That's got that. This roof almost looks like crap, but I think I can improve it a little bit here. Because it's definitely going to need something. Might just have to tear the whole damn building down, but we're going to try and avoid that. As I did not design this very well over here. That is for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Totally tubular. But if I do that, and I do that, it looks less crappy. A little bit. I'm going to take that wall. Fix that up a little bit. Yeah, okay. That's, you know, it's almost horrible, but not quite. Oops, console. No, no console. For here, we'll just fill it in like that. If I don't see it, and you don't see it, does it really exist? Let's grab a snowmaker. The old snap there. Trying to conceal these a little bit. Maybe just blow a little straight forward there. Ooh, Look at how much snow there is. It's so impressive. Okay, can I build some of these now? And where can these go? If I put one there, what's that gonna do? Wow. Whoa. You notice that? They stopped blowing as soon as I turned my back. Welcome to Unreal. Anyway, is there anything else I want to do over here? At least for now. Far enough off the beaten path that I'm not really going to notice it. I've accomplished all the goals over here. I've got a half-assed effort at decorating. All the buildings are complete, so I mean, technically, everything over here is done. I wouldn't say it's polished to a high end. How are these guys doing over here now? Are we all keeping up? Which we should definitely easily be doing now. So I should be getting plenty of surplus. Yep, you can see we're back up to 96%. So the weak link has been dealt with. All right, let's get the hell out of here and start planning for whatever is the next phase. So whatever machine is currently sitting up there. There we go. Okay, and it's off to the left-hand pattern. So the next thing we need to do is, or at least I need to do, yeah, that's my ADHD taking over, by the way, is that was supposed to be painting and stuff, but not going to happen for a bit. Just like they're, you know, unfinished walls and stuff like that. That's just the way it is. Get it to functionality, get an idea of where you're going to go with your decorative, but save all of that till the absolute last one, or when you really just need a break from doing other things. And that's what that can be is, I'm tired of building X number of machines or what have you. So now I'm gonna go do some decorating. All right, heard some binging and bonging and bipping and booping in from the old PC here. Give me half a sec here to see where my bipping and bopping and booping and is right there. Okay, so he is over here. All right. Okay, so here we are, back here. Oh, you sent me a photo. Oh, that's what it is. Sent a link to the AI mode that I talked about. Oh, perfect. Thank you, my friend. All right, we'll get to that. And I do want to have a conversation about the new year with you. I have an idea that I want to bounce off you and get your input in on. All right, so what I have to think about next is what is the next bit of machinery that I need to do. So the nuclear pasta we've already filled in because that was it's a crossover from phase 4 and phase 5. So the machines were already there. That didn't take anything. That's been filled for the entire time. It's the next grouping of machines that I need to look at, which means I also need to get an idea and start planning out for the recipes. Yes, we are transitioning back to normal Satisfactory now. And getting the last 3 of our items in. So yeah, what's really kind of something that, let me pop myself back into the next tube here before I change over to something. There's something, of course, that I do realize that it really didn't hit me until I started kind of thinking about the year-end video, is that we are currently on, what is it, episode 68? Like, just the amount of... Yeah, where are we? What am I doing, man? What am I doing? What am I doing? Let's go that way. There we go. Yeah, so this is episode 68. Last week, of course, was episode 67. I've been at this almost a year and a half now. Yeah, that's a lot, man. That's been a long time that I've been doing this. Thing is, we are kind of getting close to the end. Which is what happens next. What happens when I get the last of the items? What happens when I get the last of the buildings? Yeah, things to start thinking about now. So what I need is the next project I want to work on is going to be the biomechanical sculptor here. So that's going to need assembly director systems, which we have going. We have the Toblerones going. And then it's just water, so I'm gonna need blenders and 2 per minute. What did I say that was? Frickin' forgotten already. Let's add that to the to-do list. There we go. That way I can see it. Okay, so assembly director systems are being built somewhere around here. So let's go figure out where they're at. That's EM rods. Because that was adaptive control units. Adaptive control units. Those might be in the other village. Let me get into the codex here. So, let's do a search. Assembly. So the assembly director systems. Project Part 6 via the space elevator. That's where my supercomputer's going. That's where the adaptive control units. So they are maybe around here somewhere. Magnetic field generator. That's quick wire. Yep, that's all quick wire. Where are the fancy shop gone? Where could it be? Yeah, that's just making frames. Where am I making these things? I know I'm making them here somewhere. No, I'm making them somewhere. They're not going to be in there. They're going to be in one of the fancy buildings with a manufacturer on it. Okay, maybe if I follow where the adaptive control units are going, it'll tell me. So they into that full container, so we go underneath. Follow these parts. Like, I don't even know if it's on the other side here. It very well could be. Then we go all the way down to here. Where some of them get synced. But the rest come up here. Like so. Where apparently I'm getting 0 per minute. And then they stop moving altogether. What the hell? This is why putting signs up would probably be a good idea for me. Where were you supposed to be going once upon a time? There's a drone port up here. What are you shipping? You are. You know, it'd probably be faster for me to just set up a whole new system, but I'm already making them somewhere. I just don't remember where I'm making them. Okay, so that's all copper over there. That's probably not it. Is that it? No, that's copper wire and cable. Okay, that's not bad. I don't remember where they're being made. It's got to be back at the back there. Oh. This is why labeling is so important, children. You must do your labeling, otherwise you'll never know where anything is. This is an important lesson being learned here. I don't know who I'm telling, because apparently I never listen. Okay, biomechanical sculptor. Nope, we gotta go that way one more. So anyway, I thought started this statement like a long time ago. So now I got to think about where the next location, and that's kind of why I wanted to get an idea of what the various next parts are going to need. Is whether I build off of here or do I find another location. But they all do look like they're going to be pretty reliant on existing manufactured parts. So I'm not sure. Hey, Mr. Drone. If I want to build the next grouping far away. Nope, not through here. That's the staircase. There we go. All right, what are you making? You're making supercomputers. Okay. You're making computer. So this is all supercomputers. Awesome. I should probably put a sign up now. Whilst I'm thinking of it. Let's go right over here. Get our signages. Yep, not thinking I need a billboard that big. Not that small. Yeah, small billboard will do. There we go. Select icon. Super computer. Glossy. And let's type in super computer. There we go, just so I know what the hell is going on over here. Maybe I will change the coloring a little bit. So we'll go to the Pioneer overall. And we need to change our font for here, which will go to the darker. And select color. Oops, 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 oops. There we go. There, now at least I know what's in there. Still haven't helped me with my assembly director systems. I know I'm making them. I've seen them before. Radio control unit. That's radio control units. Okay, so it's not over here. I could... Oh, no, see, it doesn't take supercomputers to build those. It takes water. What goes in the assembly? Stop hitting that button. What goes in the assembly? Does it take supercomputers? It does. It does indeed. I can follow where the supercomputers are going. It's probably in that. Okay, well, you know what? Let's focus. Focus. Stay on target. Look, you turned off your targeting computer. Stay on target. La, 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 la. Have you now? La, 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 la. And da, 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 da. There we go. Select color. All right, so you were a radio. Radio control unit. There. Now I sort of know what's in that building. Okay, so we're the assembly director systems in this structure. Because, you know, it's close to the supercomputers. Fuse modular frame. That's not what I wanted. Heavy fuse modular frame, heavy modular frame. Well, that's not the one. Hey, look. What about over here? And that's my nuclear pasta. All right, so follow the supercomputers. That's copper ingots. That's radio control units. So where are all the supercomputers going? You are out of fuel. Why are you out of fuel? Oh, you're supposed to be out of fuel. Okay, where is he going? With his one supercomputer. Where are you going? Somewhere that is receiving. I don't know. This is definitely not something I want to... where the hell am I making them? This is a little bit frustrating. How are you keeping up, by the way? Oh, that's what I noticed. Yes. So, actually, I have a slight diversion I have to do right away. Something I did notice in the tour is that I am not making enough plastic anymore. So that needs to actually be taken care of first. And hopefully in my distraction from that, I'll figure out where the hell I put the assembly directors. In fact, just to remind myself where the hell they actually get built. And for what phase? Adaptive Control Unit Factory. Huh? And not that. Just looking off screen here, trying to figure out where I'm making these stupid assembly directors. And I'm clearly looking at the wrong damn page. What item? There we go. Assembly director systems. Project assembly. What is that? That's got to be phase 4. Anyway, plastic is this way. And then this way. One way, going this way, going that way, going somewhere, 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 somewhere faster. Get me going, gotta get there, gotta go fast. One way, two-way streets, go forth and don't be beat. Where am this road heading? I don't, but chicken and breading. Okay, so all the shipping plastic seems to be getting hung up over here, and that's because we probably aren't just producing enough. So we're going to need to get more plastic over here. Now, for that, right now, all of the fuel generating is creating these polymer resin. This polymer resin can in fact be turned into plastic. So instead of just sinking it, what I need to do is redirect it, hopefully, into plastic. So if we go into our recipes, so we do a little quick search here for plastic, you can see that as long as I add some water to it, I can get some plastic out of it. So we just need to do that. And the place I'm gonna do that is where I want to have plenty of space for it. I'm probably, I can actually just use these building setups here. A little tight over here for space-wise. Ironically, it's that one wall there is the one that I built and probably don't need. I'm thinking maybe, though, over here. I squeeze some in here, so these walls here are not blueprinted walls, so we can just get rid of them. I mean, if they're blueprinted walls, it still could get rid of them, it just get rid of them differently. Like that. So I can then grab the floor, and it's going to be one of those. So let's go into our construction menu if we have it. Yeah, there we are. 5x5. And let's get this floor all lined up here.
Here's 4 up.
Are you guys level? Yes, you are. So we can put that there. And snap to blueprint, please. There we go. We can put that one there. The first fuel generators coming away. Okay, now let's clear out the trees using some handy dandy explosives. And you get a bomb, and you get a bomb, and you get a bomb, and you get a bomb. And go bye-bye. Okay, so that gets rid of those guys. So I need something for a refinery. So let's go look in the blueprint, see what I got already for refineries. We have finished product, no. We have smelting, constructors, we have the aluminum line. So I'm thinking it's gonna be concrete, steel, walls. Where is my fuel? There's fuel generation. I think the stage 1 is because it's all piped in all ready to go, and it's got a, you know, sitting inside a building already, which is kind of useful. So if I put one of you guys here, like that, I'm going to turn you to residual plastic. That means I need 60 polymer resins and so 180 polymer resins got to come back here. Residual plastic, let's go intercept the line. And these should be deep enough for whatever water I need. Okay, so there's the polymer resin. Let's turn off our dismantle. And just because I hate just random explodable rocks. What do you have underneath? Did you have anything underneath? No? No? Nothing? Okay. No hidden presence. That's a merger. So what I need is an figure out which direction I want these guys to go. So if you're all flowing into that line, okay, I'm gonna give these guys one more chance to do what I want them to do, which is these vertical machines. So that's a smart splitter, which I can point that way. Let's say we go right there. Center output will be overflow. I don't know which one is right, so we'll do both polymer resin and polymer resin. There we go. Yeah, still just not really a huge fan of these yet. Just maybe because I'm maybe not getting them to work the way I want them to work, but... Okay, so... Now, the question is how much polymer resin am I actually making at the moment? Because that is, ironically, out of that. So 20... so that means all of the polymer resin needs to go for those 3 refineries. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be adding in the way of plastic. Probably not the most efficient addition of plastic. Yeah, how much am I actually short by? And it seems like a lot of numbers, but it really isn't. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just get the lines in. Let's get these things out of the way. And run a line through. So what we're going to do here is we'll grab a floorboard, which we can scooch over here and underneath to line up with that one right there. Because I can take my line and bring you all the way, almost all the way. Okay, so let's just go like this. Like so. get you one way. Maybe next time. I really don't know the words. I am just making it up as I go along. Okay, can I get a count on that line here? Because I am curious of just exactly how much is supposed to be flowing through there. Right now, 0. Yep, that's pretty much what I expect here. That's perfectly reasonable. Let's get into the straight mode. Not the curved, the straight. And we'll run this belt down this center line here. And of course, make you match your height. And through to here. By 1, there we go. And into the side of the building. Okay. Inputs. Input is we're gonna need some of these. So we have both liquid and solid entering into these refineries. And how much water do I need? I only need one water pump, so we can grab our water pump, our water extractor, which will nicely float there. I want you to snap to something of a grid, so we'll use a little bit of trickery here. And that should be enough. Random block just underneath. Don't think it was doing anything. Sure hope it wasn't doing anything, because I just got rid of it. Okay, water extractor. Now you're snapping to my grid. My grid. You seem to be pretty relatively happy there. You're kind of, giving me a little bit of bad touch yellow, but for the most part, I think that's just because the underneath, the thing that is giving me the control over your snapping. All right, perfect. Okay. So said fluid is going to come through there. So we'll get rid of all of this. Have us a bit of piping. And we'll go to horizontal and vertical. Yep, there we go. Nice straight line. Where do you want to come up through? You want to go through right about there. So let's grab a wall. Holiday. Wall hole. And try to get the height of, at least close to being right. Nope. Let's go down. Like about there, sure. And into there. And then from here we go up from here. Where? Ooh, what? Where? What? Huh? Running straight. Hit it. Not quite. Yep, it's that little tiny moments of, no, it must be perfect. That can go there. Okay. Finally, we can grab the last of our pipe here. Or not finally. I don't know what my brain's doing. Okay, we go up through there, and then I can go up through here. We need a little bit of power over here. Do I have power conveniently underneath? Well, not conveniently underneath, but I can grab a quick tap power line off of this. And then if I just nudge it, I should be able to get the cable concealed. To there. Because then I can run this line over to belt. There. Is it really? Wow, look at that. It's 10:30 already. Where does the time fly when you're accomplishing absolutely nothing? I can go there. Hit it when my mouse moves just as I'm clicking the button. There we go. And then we run this over to here. To, let's say, right here. And like so. Okay, let's get a water pump on this line. Make sure it's going the right direction. Yes, that'll be fine. Like so. And we'll have to power this structure as well, which won't be that difficult. Especially if I just grab, where are your power lines going to? You're connected to something, you're connected to that, you're all running through the back wall here. Okay, okay. So we can grab this one. And we'll just go into there. Okay, that's fired those guys up, and I'll finish this off in just half a minute, but for the moment, I just need to take a quick bio break, and I will be right back. And I'm back. All right. So we've got our polymer resin coming in here. Now I just need to divide it up between the machines. And I think I'll do it like this. And we'll put just a merger right here. Like that. Actually, no. Not quite. I'm going to put the merger here, lift it up. Stop just randomly putting things in places. That way, when I bring this down, why aren't you going in the right direction? What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Apparently, I plugged these guys all in backward. Well, we'll just fix that. There we go. Okay, so now this is still in the wrong place, so we'll drop it down one more like that. And then we can take this guy. Oh, what is happening here? Why are you giving me grief? Why am I on a ladder? Why do birds suddenly appear? Hey, can we just make sure we're all traveling in the right direction now, please? Are we working now? No, why? Why? Because I put this in the wrong place, that's why. It was never any problem with the lift. The problem was with the user command the entire time. And let's make sure I'm getting the height right again. Yep, that's about right. Okay, now we should be able to get all these guys to cooperate. Please, yes, thank you. No. My brain. My brain no worky. In pretty much any aspect. Do I even know how to play the game anymore? Yowza. And why am I using a merger when you're supposed to be a splitter? Why did no one stop me? Yeah, so I find myself, brain-wise, in that usual position where I'm just kind of going from one thing to the next kind of major phase, and it always takes my brain a little bit of time to kind of wrap around and get used to it. Okay, can I get a count now on this line? Just because I want to see how much is actually flowing through here. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's, you know, a combination of the new year, kind of finishing off the Ficmas factory-ish. Yeah, just brain stopped worky today. And it happens usually every time. I always kind of have this moment where I wander around aimlessly. But what I'm actually not doing is aimless. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of allowing my brain to see what I have available to work with, and then kind of making up my plans from that point. Okay, so yeah, see, we can see we are in fact making our plastic now at 100%, and it does look like my polymer resin is keeping up. So hi Raydrax, how are you this morning? Hope you're having a fine new year on this third day of 2026. And welcome. Okay, there. I want to get some windows in here now. So let's just finish that, clean that wall off. Like so. We'll get a wall hole over here so it doesn't look so horrible. Get the belt to go through like that. Then I just need to redirect all of that plastic into, yeah. Why is there a refinery missing from here? That, okay. Can you stay? All right, so let's reconnect our various bits. There we go, and then we can grab some piping. Let's go back this way. There we go. Yeah, so that polymer residue is getting turned into fuel, which is running those little turbines over there. I probably actually could. Can you be turned directly into plastic? No, but apparently there's still some recipes for you. Oh, look at that. Okay. All right. So that is back to being plastic at some point once I hook up the lines. So we need to get our oil going into there. The code. And then we can reconnect you up. And there you go. You're off back making your plastic. Why you were missing, I don't know. All right, so plastic flow into here. Plastic flow underneath. Plastic has a line going over here for some reason. Are you supposed to be dumping plastic over here somewhere? Yeah. Where are you guys going? Pardon me. Where are you guys going? Oh, I'm turning this plastic into rubber for some reason. That seems like a very inefficient use. Do I need the rubber? Then that plastic is going out through here. Which then goes over into here. All right, let's get it done over here. More rubber. Without really feeding the rubber. Was I running low on rubber or something at one point in time? Because I don't think I am now. Most certainly not. Okay. So that's an input. That means things are going from there to there. I mean, that makes it easier for me to hook up these new refineries because I know exactly where they need to go, but I'm curious where these are coming from in the first place. Yeah, so plastic's flowing this way, plastic's flowing this way. Ah. So this is an overflow. Right, okay, okay. So why don't I start, because I need a lot of I need a lot more plastic here. Sorry, excuse me. And it's not so much the rubber that I need. I need the packaged fuel. That's why I'm doing the packaged fuel. But just to get rid of the excess, I think I'm just dumping it into the rubber. Why don't I change this configuration up? Instead of just sending overflow, let's actually bring some of the plastic in this direction as well. So that'll help supplement the two lines. I don't mind if this one starts starving off because, like I say, I've got a crap ton of rubber already. I think it probably means I'm sinking a bunch of it. So then I can come back this way. Yep, we can come back this way. We can grab a floor hole, which we'll put right in front of you. Yep, that'll work. As then we can go like that direction. Autosave complete. But my autosave still happens almost instantaneously. What was here at one time? I know it kept it. Well, we're keeping that little tiny piece of nature. All right, let's get another merger going here, which will hang from the ceiling like that, and just get it turned the right way. I'd like you to be going in that direction, please. And we can get rid of this chunk of belts and reconnect. Okay, you are in fact a Mark V belt there, and then we can plug you back in like that. And then it's a straight-ish shot for the plastic to go like that. Yeah, sure. And away goes my plastic. You know what? This might be a good time to upgrade to Mark VI belts. Let's do that. Why? Because I have them now. Mark VI. Wow, the Mark VIs are very thin. Ooh, pretty. Mark VI. Mark 6. 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 And then we'll see how fast this container starts filling, and hopefully I have enough plastic now. At least for the meantime. I mean, again, I have lots of sources of polymer resin, so this polymer resin setup I can repeat in multiple locations. Ooh, look at you go. Zippy, zippy, zippy now. There's a little piece of something short in here somewhere. How do I know? I can see the little tiny hang-up, and it's right there. That's that little itty-bitty bit of Mark IV belt hiding right in there. There we go. Let's get full speed happening. Okay, full speed is happening. I think we have another little bit of slowdown somewhere. Because that does not seem to be doing a full... Yeah, let's actually do this. Oh, we can get rid of that little piece in there. And just go straight Mark 6 across. Thank you. Speedy! Speedy go! Ooh. Still getting hung up somewhere. Yep, a little piece, I don't know, where is that little piece? Right here? Oh, there it is. That's the little chunk that's giving me grief. Okay, let's get the full flow. That is definitely a lot more plastic flowing now. Alright, so all the machines have now managed to empty and get stabilized. Here's my polymer resin happily going underneath. I don't think I'm going to worry about closing that wall off just again, at least for now. I'll likely come back at a later date when I do all the kind of final cleanups and stuff like that over here. But I think I'm going to take this set of wall out and replace it with 1 meter walls. Like that. And then I'm going to go grab some fencing. Maybe I'll use... Yeah, let's use these high barriers here. And the reason I'm going to use these high barriers instead of just using the wall as kind of a fence line is because I'm going to put a wall on the side there, and it just felt really... Oh, look, wall, and wall, and wall, and wall, and wall. And just, you know, I need a little bit more variety pack there. Because one of the things that is part of this blueprint pack, quote-unquote pack, is the fact that there is a fuel generator wall. This guy. Which is not the same as the one I actually want. I want a different wall. Stage 1 wall. There it is. Okay. That to blueprint. Hold you in place. And nudge you into your final locale. Like so. And then we can come back here and do the same thing, and like so. Okay, so now I am producing plastic. I still have no idea where I have got my assembly director systems doing. Really gonna need to figure that out. All right. So yeah, I'm still doing really good on rubber, so rubber's fine. Plastic is filling. We'll see how well it fills. Oh. Okay, so I've got plastic lines heading over here. These guys are converting into rubber, right? Yeah. Except you're not quite keeping up anymore. So what I do, if I got rubber that is just not moving into the container, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to shut these guys down. Oh, look at that. I use phase 3 for this section. I'm going to turn all these guys off. Because whatever plastic's going into them will stop going into them. And that means that all of these overflow plastics will eventually start flowing back into the plastic pile. Yes? What the hell are you? Probably rubber again. Okay, anyway. Okay, so plastic. That looks silly. Let's set you back down to a Mark 5. Oop, and there we go. Let's put you back to being a Mark 5. Let's move out and again try to figure out where I am making these assembly director systems. Because I know I'm making them somewhere. I'm going to hit the Google here just because again, my brain is just not... Satisfactory. Where are assembly? What phase? Phase 4. So they were actually, yeah, so that was the previous phase. Along with the magnetic field, and the nuclear capacity, and the thermal propulsion. So they are in that tower setup. I just need to figure out which tower is in fact producing them. Okay, let's head back to the phase 4 buildings, so we'll just head this way. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Sorry for the audio keeps cutting out there. There we go. All right, and we'll head this way. And we'll take the right-hand path. Whee! So it's got to be in the phase 4, which is over there. Yeah, past me really doesn't have a lot. I can do a lot of good things for present me or future me. It works at the moment, but as soon as I try, I can never remember. Label things, people. Okay, so that's ingots and stuff being produced there. We got how many buildings over here? We've got a bunch of buildings, and we just need to get to the top floors and see who's doing what. Okay, so you are the radio control units. I've identified you as radio control units. You are, in fact, radio control units. Radio control units are coming over to here to the supercomputer factory. Is it just supercomputers? I don't know. I didn't mean to also set the door to whatever the hell it is currently set to. I want it to be automatic mode. There we go. Alright, so if I look in you, you're making computers. If I look in you, you're making computers. If I look in you, you're making computers. If I look in you, you're making supercomputers. Those supercomputers are heading this way. All the way over to here. Which is then promptly setting them onto a drone travel, where it's taking to supercomputers. Assembly director. So I either can have the adaptive control unit supercomputer combo, which is the only thing. So it's actually these are being made in assemblers. That's nice. So where are these supercomputers going? Hello, where'd you come from? Anyone more above you? Yeah, where are you going? Let's check the map here and drone ports. Alright, so depot supercomputer receiving is way back over here. Why are you heading back there? Have a ride. Let's just take a little trip with this guy here. Ow. Hey, that was rude. That was very rude. However, all right, so you're just sitting down over here, right? Yeah, okay, so that's where they're coming in. Now where are they going from here? Theoretically to my assembly directors. So if we come underneath here. Yeah, off you go. And all the way down to here. Why are you getting... Oh, because... Have I found them? Have I tracked them down? The low, mysterious assembly directors! I found them! Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah! And I got a crap load available, too. Nice. Alright, so I finally tracked them down. So these now are going to need to be shipped out. So they're all just going into this container here. Cool, 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 cool. So I need the trigons. So that's up on the hill. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, let's put a billboard on here. Grab a small billboard. Actually, you know what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy that billboard because it's already got the right formatting. And then if I... How did I end up with a window? Grabbing a window. I don't want to grab a window. It's because it's behind the window. Ha ha ha! There's the sign. I saw the sign. It was a modular frame. It's a modular frame. Cause that's what the sign says. Cause I saw the sign. Alright, you are not the modular frame. You are assembly director system. Okay, so now I know where these guys are. Perfect. Let's now head over to the cliff side, I believe is where I'm making my dragons. That's over here. And then we can get the biochemical sculptors up and running, getting them deposited. That is a lot of water. Oh, that is a lot of water. Like one assembly director says, to make 4 biomechanical sculptor, you need 1 assembly director, 80 trigons, but 20,000 water? Yipes! Oh, that's going to be interesting. Oh, good gravy. Why am I going over to get the trigons? Oh, because they're there. Still need them. Just they're showing up purple or whatever color that is because I am uploading them to a dimensional depot. So I personally have that amount on my inventory or personal self, but unfortunately you can't unload, at least not the text that I've discovered yet, that you can take it from the dimensional depot into a manufacturing. All right, so this should be the Trigon factory, which is the one that we did on stream a few weeks back. So, yep, those are where the diamonds are being made, and I think these are time crystals. Time crystals. Where am I making the Trigons now? Over here? Nope. Where am I making the Trigons? Oh, look at that. I lost some windows. Forgot some windows. Okay, so if I were trigons, where would I be being made? If I were trigons, where would I be being made? Near Samor. These are the time crystal. Okay, so what else goes into the trigons? The trigons needed FICSIT ingots. Where am I making FICSIT ingots? I know I'm making them somewhere nearby. That would be... That's a... Oh, I think I remembered. I gotta make myself a map. Alright, I think yeah, it's that cliffside factory kind of over there, I believe is where I'm doing all my FICSIT stuff. Let's make sure we take the left. Oh, there is no switch here. We just need to go that way. There we go. I have vague recollections of doing something over in that corner. And over to here, and up through here, and over to the other side. Take me through to the other side. Take me through to the other side. Take on me, take on me, take on me, take on me, take on me. I'll be free, take on me. These are the words. Look at all the factory stuff over there. I must be doing something very important. Oh no, here goes the frame rate. Damn it. Okay, let's see if this will fix it. First, let's bring our frames up here. I really wish it stopped doing this, doing this, doing this. Okay, so yeah, you can see I'm down to 20 frames. If I go into my options here, and we go into the video, if I turn, this may or may not work. The global illumination to off. Will that kick it back up? Not this time. Okay, no, I'm gonna have to kick out to the main menu here to get to my frame rate back. Really haven't spent any time researching this, but yeah. I'll be right back here. I'm just gonna reload the game, and well, frankly, I'll just go get some more coffee while I'm doing that as well. So stay tuned. I shall return very, 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 very soon. right, I'm back. And you can see we're back at their 60 frames. Okay. You've got to be Trigons somewhere over here. Let's run over to these guys and see what we're doing over here. Because I see Samor. So, reanimated Sam. Not sure why I'm flying around here. FICSIT ingots. So this must be our Trigons over here. Nope, this is Quickwire, which is something that goes into the Trigons. Yep, so that's Deuterium ingots. So it's got to be in the same building. Ow. Once I bash my head. I love that sound. I really do. All right, where are the damn Trigons being made? What are you? You're FICSIT. You're FICSIT. Where's all that FICSIT ingots going? Where? 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 Close hole. Way back the hell over here for apparently funsies. Oh, you come back up here somewhere? I found them! I found the Dragons!
Okay, that gas was not a good idea. It hurt my throat a little. Now I sound like this. Wachowski.
Alright, so I found the Trigons. So Trigons are here. Trigons go through there. They come over here. They go up to the roof. And then they just dump into a dimensional depot. Okay, cool. All right, so I've got the Trigons. I figured out where the assembly directors are. I think for here, yeah, we're gonna drone it up. And we can grab our fuel from the other side of the world. Okay, so let's open this up here a little bit. You're gonna need 4 sections because we're gonna grab our transport and put in a drone port here, or 3. Or 2, I should say. Not gonna put in 3. Why did I put in 3? That's just silly. But I am going to want to grab 2. So we put 1 here. Let's try to get them centered as nicely as possible. So the center line is that line. Yes, yes. Are you? How many are you going across? You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just get rid of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that is the center line there. Okay, excellent. So we can grab our drone port here again. And we'll just kind of hold it there for a quick sec so we can get you lined up on your line. And come over by 1 and come this way a little bit. We'll use the pillar here as kind of part to float it. So, yes, that'll go there. That one will go there. This grabs a drone, and I need to go get a couple of portable miners. Do I have a workshop over here somewhere? Oh, why am I doing drones? I got trains right here. Never mind. Completely ignore everything I just did. Beyond gives me an opportunity actually to change up my walls here to the glass ceiling. The glass ceiling. The glass ceiling, like that. Because what I want to do is I want Drop you down by 4 into there. Into there. Into there. Where are you? Into there. 'Cause we can go through there. And we go all the way to the end. Like that. And then we can do this and put that there. And that there. And then we just need some wall bits. Right there. Let's turn Zoop back on so we can go all the way across and all the way back. And like so. Okay, cool. I'm not going to put in the drone parts because I have a train station that I have already positioned to take me Trigons. Trigon, take me away. All right, so let's come off the back side here. Line it up. Like so. Make a turn. Make a turn. Like so. This will be our Toblerone or Trigon station. So, Trigon Depot. Fully. And go. Excellent. We need to get the Trigons down to here now. Which shouldn't be too tough because the heights are about right, actually. I just need to... let's say we actually use one of the fancy splitters again. I'm gonna bring... Let's bring that floor hole to right here. Nope, over by one. Over by one? No. Back there. Right there I should be. Okay, so now we can grab our splitter and point you that way. Now I'm not going to worry about... Yeah, no, we just do that. Height doesn't really matter as long as I can get you to do that. Everybody now should be flowing into there, either going up through there or down through there, depending on where we have the machine. All right, good. So now, let me in, please. Yep, okay, so then we're gonna come down through here. I'm going to go to the video description and I'm going to get go to my notepad here and grab the proper script because the Lumen is looking icky again. So we're going to copy. I know you couldn't see it, but trust me, I was doing things because I can paste this line in now. That just kind of improves the Lumen. So for the global illumination, you can see it just feels a little bit brighter and nicer in here. Because for whatever reason, the Unreal 5 global illumination Lumen settings by default really suck. Makes the signs not work as good as light sources, and I want to use them as light sources. Okay, so we can go underneath here. So if your station is right here, that means we want to go to the floor right there. And into there. And back underneath. Turn on my flashlight so I can see what the heck I'm doing. I'm going to lose this guy here so I can come down to its height. Is that the right height? Yep, that should be fine. One of you going that way, and then we can stretch a belt all the way to here. And then we can pop you into, nope, too long. And into there using the straight. Perfect. Okay, you need to come down by one more. One, two, three. That should be the right height. Yep, you are. Okay, and then we connect you back up through here. And Trigon be flowing. Yep, there they go. Okay, so the Trigons are sourced. Assembly directors have been found. Don't have anything to send them over anywhere yet, because I did it all where the space elevator is. Okay, that means, where do I want to go from here? Where do I go from here? I'm gonna put on my jetpack. Gonna run over here. Take a little bit of a run at it and go zoom. Because I'm gonna zip over to this arch here. And come across the top so I can kind of have a look around. All right, so where am I? We are down here. Of course, that is another place I can get a bunch of plastic, because that is creating a whole crap of polymer residue, which is in fact feeding into a sink. So if I do need more plastic or rubber, I know where to find it. So Trigons are here. We we can run a rail over to there. I'm gonna need a buttload of water. Let me actually quickly grab a blender here. Blender, and we'll just see if we can't drop one of these somewhere, which is very unlikely because, you know, I'm standing on the top of a weird arch. But I built some foundations up here. This is just literally so I can, with the aerial view, figure out where I'm going next. Okay, so let's grab that blender again. I should be able to pop you into place right there. And biomechanical sculptor. So 2 per minute, 0.5, 40. Oh, see, that's better. I only need 10 per minute, 10 units per minute. That's like 1 water pump. So that is not an issue. It is just a question of where. So it's going to be like a single building. It's literally one machine loading off of this stuff. What's the next one after that? No idea. Can I get my mouse pointer over here? No? What if I go over here? No, I can't do that. I'm gonna have to go back to the space elevator. Okay, that's fine. All right, so I still want to now just need to decide where I'm going to put this simple little building and how I want it to look. Let's head back to the hypertube network. Actually, you know what? I can just drop down right there. And we'll flip to the hover pack. Whee! And arrest our fall, and in we go. Okay, so the fact that I don't have to build in a very large infrastructure like some of the other parts, which were from ground up, these are using things that just aren't going anywhere anymore. So it would be silly and very redundant and very inefficient of me to completely rebuild, doing where I'm doing assembly directors and the Trigons and whatnot. I mean, that's the whole point. I have these remote factories. What that means, though, is I'm going to have... Turn, nope. Didn't mean to go this way. Sorry. Turn around. I only need a single little building for the biomechanical sculptor's blender. I only need a single water extractor. I have to ship the assembly directors, which would then have to get shipped back. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna look to see where I have space back over here. So I'm pretty sure I have some unused stations that I can use, or I can certainly expand the rail system over there. I'm not going to be using a lot of assembly directors, but I'm going to use some of them. So, you know, having drones transporting, whereas the Trigons were nice and easy. It was one of those rare times where past me was actually considering what future me or present me needs to do. Now, over here, the one thing that's not really over here is water, but there is a water source down here. Am I doing any piping? There goes the frame rate again. Hey, look. Portable miners. So I may not technically be doing any pumping from down here, but really wouldn't be that much because I've got a good water source. I just need to run a power line down through there. Or just run along the, you know, somewhere along here. Oop. Oop. Hey, I can fly again. Fly, be free. Okay, so water wouldn't be that hard to get up there. It's just some piping and some pumps, which is perfectly easily settled. Pretty sure somewhere around here, though, I still had an empty spot. Like 2 empty spots right here. Ready for expansion. Goodness gracious, it's almost like someone had a plan all along. And if we look over here, what we got for stations going on over here? Where do I have room to put a station? So the trains come along here, they wrap around, they join the main line going through that way. So I could literally bridge the Trigon station anywhere off the back of these guys here. Like, for example, right here. Which brings me finally all the way across here. Which is... Hey, look, my 60's back. Cool. So we push these that away. Like so. And like so. And we'll just fill in a few more foundations over here. Okay, so this turn is going to need to go here. Like that. Do I have enough room right here? No, I don't know if I do. I think I do. Well, maybe. You know what? Just do it. See what you got. Because it's not just a matter of getting the line through here. And you would line up with that edge right there. It's also having enough to make the turn the other direction. So let's grab a station. And we'll point you going that away. The reason I have to use a station here is because you can't drop a freight platform without having a station, so I'm going to have to put 2 stations here. So I'll go station, go into hover mode, or hold mode, so I can do that. And can get rid of that. Yeah, it looks like I got enough space. Excellent, cool. And there we go. So now I can grab a fleet. We can grab a freight platform. A freight platform to go there. All right. Oh, wrong button. I want that one. Nope. Yeah, there we go. All right. The track. So the return line is a bit more of, oh, there goes the frames. Come back. No. We could actually extend from here. Yep. So the track will come from this way. And then can I, well, you know what? No, that's perfectly fine. That is a perfectly legal move. Oh my God, there's 5 rails going into there. Ugh. Nope, it's fine. It's all fine. There's no issues here. Arr. Okay, let's bring some track this way. Yeah, sure. Run a foundation line this way. I feel like I'm going to need to do a whole crap load of reinforcing underneath to make it look and feel fine. And there. Yeah. That's fine. You can do this. We'll stop right there. Make the corner. Can I make the corner? Nope, that is a little bit too short. But I should now be able to wrap around to here. And some more of these foundations. Oh, hello, you guys. Oh, are you trying to be all... Look at us, we're tough. You know, I was perfectly happy to ignore you. You shot first. So there. Okay. Gonna need another row of foundations here, weird, surprisingly. Well, not really. And we'll come all the way out to here. So I can go back this way. And right there, come around the corner again. I don't know why I said around the corner again, like I've done it before recently. To fill this edge in here, we'll use our beam trick here. So again, we grab ourselves a beam. We make sure we're in freeform mode, and we go from mark point to mark points. I'm going to go to the center of the foundations here, just so it's a little bit more spacious. So then when I grab this guy here, we just kind of nudge her into place, So we'll do that on that side. We'll do the same thing on this side. that. One there, and one there. And then we just kind of nicely fill in those gaps. Just so we have something looking a little supported in the corner here. All right, so this will be Trigon receiving. What other identifier? So this is SE. Not space engineer, but space elevator. Oh, look, power stabilized again. Yeah, okay, so I am going to need to do a major upgrade. I'm going to have to, yep. So nuclear power plant is going to require some additional work, which I will probably do off camera. Yeah. So I'm going to need to put in some more reactors. So I think I'll put in like another 4 reactors, which makes it worthwhile putting in the whole like complete setup. So whatever I currently have over there, essentially I think doing it again. But yeah, we'll do that off camera because that's really tedious. Even with the blueprints, it's a little bit tedious. But I do want to get these guys flowing here. So let's see if we can get this finished up. All right, so this is now our SE Trigon receiving. No, I don't want that just doesn't look right there. There we go, receiving, that's how I'm doing it. Perfect. Let's grab a choo-choo. A choo-choo. And a choo-choo car. Let's get into your menu here. So you are not train, you are Trigon hauler. Your timetable is all Trigon related, so we go from the Trigon. I thought I changed that name to the Trogon. Nope, not the Trigon. We want the SE Trogon receiving. Let's go. You have unsaved. Let's save our changes. We'll leave off the autopilot for now. Let's get this named again. There we go. I saw it update, so now it's updated. Okay, so Trigons are ready. Adaptive control units are there. We just need some water, which is all going to be right here. So let's go set up our blender for our sculptor. Oh, that frame rate is getting worse. Down to 11. Let's get back onto the ground here. Okay, again, I shall be right back. I just got to do the reload and reset cycle here. So stay tuned. All right, we're back with her. Where the hell am I? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, whoops. I think I reloaded the wrong menu here. Uh-oh. Load game. Yep, it didn't save for whatever reason. Okay, well that one did. Let's load that one up. Well, that was just... Oops. Okay. Actually, I wonder if I have to do need to go all the way out to the main menu. No, I do need to, because I need to get back down to 60 frames per second, blah, blah, blah. All right, where am I now? At least I'm in the right region. Okay. And that station is over there, so... Okay, good. I just happened to save over the wrong file, but that's perfectly fine. Yeah. Okay, so... biomechanical devices. What do I got for... Oh, you know what? I can use a mining hut. I think a mining hut might actually be big enough. I also have an empty 5x5. I mean, I do have these guys here that were specifically designed to go onto these grids. This seems like it's an awful lot of space for a single blender. We have our causeways, we have our pillar, we have that. Battery, road. Where is my mining hut? There's the mining hut. I think this should be big enough for a blender. Let us find out. Because if it is, we'll just use this little fella right here. So let's grab our blender. We'll point you in that direction. How are you doing up there? Actually, you know what? It doesn't fit half bad. If I could push these guys out the back wall. Over by half? Do I need you guys right there? Not particularly. Okay, so we'll come forward a couple. Still trying to get you centered up. Which means we're going to come... Oh, okay, well that lines up. Well, it's not really overly symmetrical. Let's do that. This is just a... Well, that's a down corner ramp, is it? Yeah, that fills out this outside corner here, but can I do something different with that? Yeah, I think I can. Okay, wait a minute. I can actually work with this. That, and it's not going to look exactly like kind of the other... It'll be differentiated from the regular mining huts a little bit. You can put like little bunny ears on here. If I grab like a window, I could put that there, that one there, that there, and that there. Okay, and then I can grab you there, you there. Let's change the material here. So I want the FICSIT wall, so we can go like that, and we'll go like that. The same thing with these two windows here, because concrete and FICSIT wall don't mix well. I can grab you, put you there, and then underneath like that. What's a blender, right? Pretty sure it was a blender I needed. Yes, biomechanical sculptor. So assembly directors, trigons, and some wasa. Wasa. Do I have any water? Oh, there's a pond right here. Oh, yeah. There's a pond. Not... Where's the pond? Where is that pond? Where is that pond? Mr. Pond. If I were a pond, where would I be hiding? Where the hell is that pond gotten to? Oh, right there. Can I? Ooh, is this dirty, sneaky? It is. Look at that. Fortune favors the insane. I can pull this off by dropping these guys down. Yes. It is dirty, sneaky, and it's going to work just fine. Okay, what do I need to do here? Well, I even actually can swim in there. Alright, so what I need to do is, again, I need to get my foundations into such a place as that I can snap my grid. I will go with a vertical snap down like that, and then I can get rid of these guys here. And kind of fill out the bottom of the pond. Back to regular zoop. Like that. Okay, so the bottom of the pond is filled, so now when I grab my water extractor, I can snap it to grid. Which means I should be able to take its output and hopefully, yep, building can't be nudged, that's fine. Look at you even lining up on my center line. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Because... Ooh, yeah. Because now, can I move that blender any further forward? I should be able to now with the readjustment to that roof. Yeah, I got the room for it here. So let's lose this and put another one in. Mr. Blender. And again, we can line things up. I'm in the way, so I'll just move out of the way here. Let's get you kind of centered along there and move you back a little bit. We can come back a couple of nudge like there. That should be good. That should be good. Okay. Alrighty. So, now for the piping. Piping is here. Piping, we need floor hole. Alright. No, that's a wall hole. That's not a wall. Where the hell? Floor hole. We can now drop a pipe through there. Let's find that. We are going to now delete everything, ignore and memory hold that I ever did anything besides this. There we go. I'm gonna need power back here, which I already have in the guise of you. Perfect. Somewhere along the line, past me actually was paying attention. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to do it again. I'm going to have to take another quick break. I just got to have to hit the bio break this time as opposed to technical problems. I shall be right back. And I've returned. Okay, getting kind of excited here. Literally, it's just a few more lines. And I've got the next phase part being constructed. Okay, so what's going on underneath here? Need to do a little redirecting of this belt here. So we'll just remove that piece. And we'll come over to here. See if I can't use straight. Oh, that's actually kind of interesting. It does a nice little 45 there. Let's do that nice little 45 that it's trying to do for me, because then I can just wrap like this. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. Cool. Because now I should just be able to go back into here with my default. Ooh, look at that! That's nice. Okay, floor hole. Where are you sitting on here? You are right here? Yep. That's straight up and down. We can run this pipe now up through to here. Now I know where the pipe's coming through, which is... Oh, man, look at that. It's almost like there was a... Almost like it was meant to be. I could probably turn that around, but... We can just do that. Just so happens I have some power connection right here. So I can come underneath. Give it a little half nudge to... Ooh, nope, nope. Nope, that doesn't want to work like that, so... I'll just go like that. I can sample you, because you'll allow me to place you where I want you to. Will you allow me to place you where I want you to? Yeah, right there. Lose that, and then I can reconnect that to there. Yeah, we can go all the way down. Actually, don't really need that there. Yeah, right here. And again, just a little half nudge. Yep, are you perfectly lined up? Are you entertained? Cool. All right, and underneath here. Boom, 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 boom. I really should add you to my... What's it there? So we're going to put you on 1. All right, and then we do a half nudge again. Like that. Now I can grab myself a water pump. Not that there was anything stopping me from grabbing a water pump previously. And we can run our power line to here. We'll come down to here. Up to there. Water pump should start water pumping. I'll put a power pole partially submerged just so I can have that nice clean connection. And there we go. So this will now do my 120 of the water. Considering I only need 20. Are you filling pipe? Yep. All right. Yep. There we go. Pipe is filling. Okay. Assembly directors. Remember when we found them last time? Why is my train sitting there? Why are all my trains sitting here? Oh, I screwed up the signaling, that's why. I messed up the signaling when I put in this new station. I need to fix some signaling here because it doesn't know where to go. I get ya, because there's a train also sitting right there. So let's move this train forward. And get some signals back in. So I'm going to need a block signal right here. That frees him up. We're going to put a block signal here. And another one right here. And let the trains resume their normal activities. What are you two doing? Okay, you're going to go first. Cool. Everyone's going to get clear. You're going to carry on. You have to go through there. Where are you going? Nope, you're still waiting. You're going to turn off and head down. Are you finally going to get to move? Yes, yes, you are. Okay, yep, everyone. This is a test of your signaling. From a snarled knot, does it untangle itself? And off he goes. There's a busy little section around here, isn't it? Okay. Toblerone. And what I'm going to do is I will tie it into the cliffside using the big-ass beam blocks. Actually, we will what we're going to do is we're going to open this part of the floor, or this wall open. Yeah. Let's open all this up. We'll come out by 2. Like so. Then we'll just grab... we'll grab the angled bits. So angled walls are... Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Ooh, ooh, you're there. Dum. That can go there. 2, 3. Go to there. Am I doing that the right way? Nope. I wanted this one. There we go. And that can go up to there. And it drops down by 2. We kind of keep nice clean walls right there. And you, of course, are always going to be difficult. My God, the vertical soup. Never knew how much I needed it until we actually had it. Cool. All right. Fill in these little sections here. All right. Dump out, figure out where we're dumping from below, or into below from the station here. In fact, I'm going to send you on your merry little way, and to bring some of those trigons over. All right. So, what am I doing? I'm going back to track supplies. Is here. Or no, conveyor supplies, not track supplies. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. And that's going to drop down through there. Which nicely slips through there. Excellent. Okay. Let's grab some window. Window. There we go. That would be something along this variety. That one. And we grab our half wall or 1 meter walls. Like that. Okay. And then we grab actually, we'll continue that through there. Cool. I'm going to pull that window out just because I need to back into that base. So I'm going to do that. Let's go back to menu 1 and grab our wall. And try to line you up all pretty like. Yeah, for now we'll just scoot you along the ceiling. Okay, let's get our belt strained and sent. Oh, wait. I think I'm going in the wrong spot. Yep. That's the input. Output. Not going to change anything, just going to move that over a little bit. Cool. And then we can throw that way and throw that into there. And now I can dive back into here and close it off. All right, so we're going to need to just hug the outside edge here so we can just carry on through. Again, we'll go into our straight and we'll just drag it as far as we can in each section here. Trying to keep it more or less out of the way, so we'll go to there. Connect up. Yes, I know it's an invalid location currently, but we can go to there. And we can tuck along here. Where do we want to go through over? Oh, come on! Keep... All right, it's good. We're back. Let's clean all this up underneath here. Like that. That hole does not belong, so we'll close that off. Because now I can grab these and fill in. Like that. And like that. And then down to there. Wall bit and wall bit. Okay. Yeah, so then I could just drop walls right through here. Yes. Yes. As far as you two are concerned, put one there. One of you guys right there. And then we can close you all off using Zavan Mita. And let's just finish cleaning up these edges here. There we go. And just as kind of correcting future me to what I had intended. Okay, good. Let's carry on bringing our Toblerones over. And at some point in time, we'll actually start seeing them populate the belts. I'm going to tuck you in right up against the wall here. And we'll run down this way. Belt is too long. Come back to here. So what I'm kind of thinking here is I'm going to bring this belt past the adaptive control units. So we'll go figure out where they're coming out again. Or sorry, the assembly directors. So those are right there. Let's get in here and actually bring them through down to the floor, because right now they're just kind of hovering. What is directly underneath here? Oh, that is good. Good, 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 good. I can squeeze. Not one of those. One of these. Again, will come in with a conveyor floor hole, which is going to go right here. Oh, might as well keep it clean. So maybe I can go right there. Again, there was nothing interfering with that. Nope, it's free and clear. Excellent. Because now I can get, like... What height are you at? You're at... that height? Nope, you were at the lower height. Okay, well, good to know. You're actually a bit of at an awkward height, I think. But let's see if that works. Nope, that's straight across. Perfect. Let the assembly directors. Good. Okay. Let's get out of here. Back underneath. Into the underground. And they were popping out. Oh, man. Right here. Okay, so they're going to pop out right here. That's going to bring these guys. Oh, look at that. They're going to end up perfectly Oh, lovely. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Keep saying lovely. You guys have no idea why I'm keep saying lovely. The reason is because this is actually kind of working out here. Because I'm going to need to bring you this way a little bit more. But I need to drop you down a little bit here to keep you to keep you moving. So we're going to actually have to come down like that. Which, the reason that works out so well is because this guy can come through here, and then this can tuck in right underneath. So they now are all flowing in the same place. You're in the way. You don't need to be there. And, yeah. Okay, perfect. Then we just have to run both of these guys somewhere over... Where the hell am I going over here? There should be a pipe sticking up somewhere. Yeah, there it is. All right, how do I want to get over here without having to interfere too much with existing beltage? I almost want to just jump it through the floor. You know what? I almost just want to dump it through the floor. There's not really anything directly underneath here, is there? No. Absolutely nothing. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to dump it all to the floor. So again, we come in here, we put in a floor hole. That was penchant. A verbal tick where I just use the word again overly much. Everything's again. I'm doing this again. Because that can go through there. These... nope, we're going to come over a little bit here. Just so I can get clear of that belt. So we'll pop those guys out of the way. Amazing you survived this long without me blowing you up. Because then I can go like... Actually, let's start with this one so it's easier. Boom. And boom. And for you two, I just want one for reference of where you're supposed to be. So we're going to go there. We're going to go like that. Yep, like that. Get you lined up with these guys. You're lined up, yep. And then we can connect through here. I also like to turn these things in the direction that it's going to be receiving, which is like that way. And we do the same thing over here. Let's just kind of get you into place. Hopefully you're not interfering too much. Ooh. Yeah, it's a bit iffy, but yeah, close enough. All right, underneath. Once again. So now we have one nice up and tight against the ceiling, and then we have one that drops down a little bit. Let's go get these guys sorted back over here. So they're joining up here. I kind of wanted to be in line here. Not going to be in line. So that's one in from that edge, right along here. La-dee-dum-dee. Oh, nope, nope, don't water off too much. All right, hold there for a second. And then we're going to come over. So we're going to put one there. And we'll put one there. Invert your path. You are going to go all the way up to the ceiling. Ceiling. There. And then we go. Have I not got my Toblerones yet? Why have I not got my Toblerones yet? Who's going and what's doing on the Toblerone? Oh. I don't think I set that station up to unload yet. Because that is something you have to tell your stations to do. And I always forget. You unload, mister. Thank you. And let's get back underneath. There's something over there. I want to know what is over there. Immersive sphere? I think it's a Mercer sphere. Are you a Mercer sphere? You're a Mercer sphere. Hey, Mr. Mercer sphere, come play with me. I've got candy and a tree. We can build a fort in my tree. Can you, Mr. Sphere, come play with me? Please don't gas me. Please don't gas me. You're gonna gas me. I don't care. I've got a gas mask. What do I care? Alright, and back over. So we did a little diversion. We got some Sluggy. We got some Mercer. Now we can go and, I can't get through there. But I can over here. Good, and how are you this morning, Gizmo? I am doing excellent. I hope you had yourself a great New Year's as we launch into 2026. Okay, so that's those, and that means I'm back. Oh, that frame rate's going again. Oh, you know what? Unless it drops below 12, I'm going to live with it for now. Hopefully it'll clear out. I can work with 30. I just don't feel like resetting everything again. All right, so now the direction I need to go is we can grab our belts now and come back this way. Can you taste it? We're so close to having the biomechanical and getting on our way to getting phase 5 done. Again, I have no idea what I'm going to do afterward besides, you know, there's going to probably be quite a bit of cleaning up. Oh my god, 16 frames. This is getting brutal. But I'm so close. Yeah. Yeah, today it's, just Saturday. All the excitement of the holidays is now past us. And yeah, at my age, New Year's certainly ain't doing any partying, let's put it that way. All right. You go into there. You down here, and you're gonna make that corner, right? You're gonna be a nice, clean. No, you're not. You're too close. I'm gonna move you back a little bit because I want that clean corner. So I'm gonna come down like that, and we're gonna wrap around to. Uh-oh. Who is wrong? I think you're wrong. Yeah, you're wrong. You need to go this direction. There we go. And then off we go. Like so. Let's lose this. I need to go back. Up. Getting excited that I'm always got this one done. Still don't have my damn Toblerones though. I am gonna have to figure that out why. Okay, so you go there. I can't help it. I'm gonna keep calling them Toblerones just because they look like alien Toblerones. Where is that damn train? Where are you, Mr. Train? Because you're the last thing I need to feed over there. So if we go now look over in this direction, while I'm waiting for a couple more minutes to see if that train shows up, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to pipe these guys that are now being built over here directly into the space elevator, which is just right there. Do I have an easy pathing for that? It started getting sounding weird. If I can cut through here. Yeah, okay, so let's go right here and just kind of work our way back towards those biomechanical structure thingies. Oh, you don't line up like a bitch, do you? Like, seriously, why would you not have you at the proper bloody position? Like, what the hell is this, dudes? Okay. Easiest way to get through here is probably going this way. Okay, we'll just kind of wander it around. We're gonna come down to here. Yeah, we'll just kind of sneak it underneath. No, we're not. That looks like crap. What we will do is we'll do this. We'll make the corner. Then we'll come to this post and we'll drop down a little bit. Let's see if we can get... Nope, it's going to have to be default. So we're going to go 1 and we're going to go down to here. Because I should be able to sneak it past this ladder. Ooh. Yeah. Getting kind of hung up here, but that's okay, because all I need to do is get to here, drop you down a little bit, come through there, come up through here, and through here. Only get clear of that. What else do I got? Now I have to drop back down again, so we're going to do that. I might have made that a little bit too close. We'll see if I can't pull you back. Nope, perfect. And back. Okay, and then what? And then what? And then what did he do? And then what did he do? Where's that pipe? Okay, I gotta come back this way. Still no Toblerones. Where are my bloody Toblerones? Oh, they're there. All right, why are you not working? You know what? I'll go look up top in a second because I'm gonna have to come down. Actually, I have to go do that now because I need to know where I'm coming out. Oh, it's getting so close. Are you just not turned on? Oh, you're not even. You're not powered or anything. Gee. All right, let's bring that up to. Where's your power connection? There's your power connection. So we'll go to here. Cross to there. And then we can just plug you in. You need to be plugged in. Let's say we go right. Let's actually grab one of these and put you here. Ugh. You see that? You see how they're poking out of the wall? I don't want them poking out of the wall. We're going to get rid of that one, and we're going to redo all that. That's perfectly fine. We're going to break the connection here, cutting power off in some places, potentially. That's fine. We're going to rehook them up. Jump across here. There we go. Let's lose you as well. Let's go and get the normal wall plugs or wall mounts. Yeah, we'll go there. I don't know where that went. I think that's it right there. Yeah, that's not good. That's not right anyway. I think it's not good or bad. It doesn't really matter if it's good or bad. It's just whether it's right or not. Oh my god, what is wrong with my freaking aim? Jeez. Oh, getting too excited. Please be working. Look, it's working. It's working. I have no idea if I'm going to be delivering that many Trigons. 40 per minute. How many am I making? I don't know. I should probably look. I'm not going to look right now. I'm just going to move on. Because I almost have these guys ready to go and uploading into the universe and getting that part complete. So we just need now to come through the floor here. So close. What's beneath me? Any belts directly beneath me? No, there isn't. So there's nothing to interfere right here. That's good. I can put this in whatever comfortable location I want. Like a so. And you're going to go that way. Stairs. Hey, convenient. All right, so where have I brought that line to? I have gone this far. The line stops here. Need to get tucked past here, though. But you know what? No problem. So now I can grab that. We can go to here. Make sure I'm on straight so I get nice sharp corners. Yep, there we go. And all the way over. I'll just take a random line over that. We are connecting here, so that's not great. So we're going to unlock you. Let's actually come back here. That way we're not really interfering with the stairs because we're kind of hitting the stairs there. Why are you not? That wall mount is just sitting weird. That's fine. Back straight. That way you should be able to just gotta crawl underneath here? No. What do I want to do here? That's still not right. Let's go back to default. Or curve. Yeah, see, that's going to come up too far. I don't want you coming up that far. What if I hit H and just dropped you? Ooh. That doesn't work at all. Yep, I guess I'll just go straight across underneath that belt there. Like that. And we'll go back up. Like that. We'll shoot across again and do the same thing here. So we'll come to here. And up. Uppies. And then we'll drop again below the steps. Just so as we don't interfere with the steps. We'll scooch underneath here to get clear of the copper? Copper. All right, and we're going right to here as our target, so we'll go like that. Just about there. We're gonna go all the way up and like that. And if I click it into straight now, like that. Biomechanical units. Biomechanical sculptors. Oh, biomechanical sculptors. Oh, look! There's 8! There's 8 in there! We've done it! We are now adding the biomechanical sculptors at a ridiculously slow pace of 2 per minute. But they are doing it. We have moved on to the next item. I can now clear my to-do list. Hopefully. Can I clear my added to-do list? Yes, I can clear my to-do list. So we're going to go blink. And, oh, nope, we're going to go down to 0. And that is it. Yay! Let's put a sign up. I've been talking about and giving my self shit all freaking stream because of lack of signage. Do I have a sign somewhere I want to take as a copy? Yeah, the adaptive control units, ironically. Which are right over here. Yeah, or the assembly directors. I don't know why I keep calling them the wrong thing, but I do. Ooh, we're up to 8. We've got a whole 8. Why have I only got 8? That should be more, I feel. Anyway. Nope. And down by 1. There we go. And we can change your descriptor into biochemical. I have no idea how that's spelled. Biochemical. Okay. Biochemic. Go. And there we go. Nope, not the answer line. And via good. I just got that done. Yay. Oh, God, there was a freaking sign right there. Yep, we're up to 12, so good. That is actually still going up, which means everything is working. I need to double check to make sure I am, in fact, making enough Toblerones for the system. But honestly, kind of didn't really expect to be here today, working on the next objective. Decorative stuff, I still got so much work in decorative to do. There's just so much, finishing off the Ficmas village. I thought I was going to do that today, but quite frankly, my brain looked at it and said, nah. And the fact is that those bio sculptors were so freaking easy. Everything is already being produced. I just needed to get them done. And there, we are now up to 12. 12 out of 1,000. Woo! If I have enough Toblerone being produced, I'll throw in maybe a couple of crystals in there. Pretty sure I have more than enough adaptive control units for them. because it only needs like half a minute. So I could probably double up, increase that speed a little bit. I'm going to let it ride for now, at least until I check on my Toblerone, which are over there. So yeah, that actually ended up being a lot more productive than I thought it would be, which is kind of cool. Hey there, big guy. Are you clipping anything? I'm pretty sure I've managed to make you miss everything. Yep, so you're missing the radar tower, and off you go so you can do your thing. But that is actually going to do it for today. As always, thank you for joining and spending your morning with me. I really appreciate you guys hanging out here. So I'm not just talking out in the void. And thank you again for your support. If you do like what what I'm doing here, maybe think about hitting the like button. If you're not subscribed, and I'm pretty sure you guys are subscribed, but looking at the old analytics, half of the viewers are not subscribed. So maybe think about hitting the subscription button and joining the fray. You can also hit the notification button so when I start posting new videos. What's in the future for 2026? Well, we are going to be starting a new series in the next couple of weeks. And potentially something else after that as well. So we will be looking at 3 videos per week. Once again, members, and if you want to become a channel supporter and become a channel member, you can either hit the link in the description or the join button below. But whatever new series that I do will also be added to the list of early access for channel members. So there will be the Satisfactory, the Quest for Peas, which is getting close to having to do a major kind of redirect because we've got the farm almost done. But yeah, like I say, I want to start a new series. I'm going to be starting a new series coming in January, possibly even next week. You will also, if you're a channel member, get that 5 days early from everyone else. So yeah, maybe think about becoming a channel member, getting those early access, getting your shout out. As always, to our channel members, Mr. Lee Barron, thank you very much for your support and your ongoing support, man. Really do appreciate that. And again, you will be able to see those videos earlier than everyone else because your channel membership. But that is it for me today. Until next time, everyone, be safe out there, be good out there, and most importantly, have yourselves a great day. Until next time. Bye-bye.